So ChatGPT just released Images 2.0, and this is the first image model that completely blows my mind. The actual thumbnail, which I used for this video, was made with this new model. Just as a few examples, I one shot gave ChatGPT this prompt to create an arbitrary visualization of a technical concept in econometrics using zebras for its visualization, and it nailed it. Then I asked it to make a Calvin and Hobbes style colored comic summarizing Joel Mokyr, one of the recent Nobel Prize winners in economics' work, and it basically nailed it too. Like, this is totally indistinguishable from Calvin and Hobbes. And then finally, again, I'm an economist, so all these examples are kind of nerdy, but one of the historical debates in economics is that between Austrian economists versus Keynesian economists. And so I asked it to make a funny shounen style. This is like a Japanese anime style for young boys style manga panel about this. And this is what it came up with. Again, my mind is just totally blown. This is ChatGPT's launch post for Images 2.0. And one of the things they're noting is that the level of precision and control we now have is way higher than what was possible before. So there's all these things that would previously break image models like small text, iconography, UI elements, dense composition, and subtle stylistic constraints that they've basically dealt with now in this model. So we've got an extremely detailed UI screenshot that's just indistinguishable from a regular UI. A full magazine collage, like, holy shit, look at the level of detail. That's crazy. Rice, like, that's insane. A science magazine page with full composition, all the text just like an actual magazine. And here, a handwritten essay, like, you would have no way of telling that this isn't real. Additionally, they seem to have solved language too. So you can do Japanese. We have Hindi. This is the Devanagari script, but this is very interesting. They've got multiple languages on here. So this one looks like Urdu. I can't read Urdu. I used to be able to read Hindi. This, I think, is Gujarati or Punjabi, and these might be South Indian. I'm not sure what these are, but totally insane. It says here, Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Urdu, Gujarati, Kannada, Odia. And they've got Chinese, Korean, typography. So if you do any kind of work involving images, or even if you don't, like, you have to give this model a try, right? Like, for anything in the social media space, the kinds of ads we're going to be seeing now are just going to be insane and, like, possibly even hyper-personalized to us. Now, let's look at the different styles that they have available. So here's a photorealistic candid travel scene, and then a photorealistic snapshot portrait. So I don't know, man, like, social media feels dead. You can just create any kind of fake image you want. A surreal portrait, that is surreal. Gritty cinematic realism. A lecture hall photo. So you can be sure that a lot of professors on social media are going to be having fun with that. Now, one of the interesting aspect of this model is that it's a reasoning model, meaning that it's going to search the web, use tools, and think about your request before generating the image. And that's a big part of what allows it to create these higher level output. Here's an example of an org chart, which this guy created with this model. But all these little details, like not having any kind of hallucination in the text, it used to be a problem. Like, if you've tried out Nano Banana, you can't get this level of fidelity and accuracy in the footnotes, but this is now a solved problem. Now, also think about what this can do for education. So this is a complete cell image made by ChatGPT Image 2.0. Now, if any of you doctors out there are looking at this, I'd love to know how accurate this is. And I'd be curious to know how I would go about, let's say, if I wanted to change a particular region of this image, make sure that everything else stays fixed and only change that region. But I'll give you an example of me trying to do exactly that on the thumbnail for this video. So this is the image I gave as an input to ChatGPT Image 2.0. So I took this image in the background, which was created by ChatGPT, and then had my assistant create this nice border. And then I've got a picture of me here, but I don't like my hair. Like, it looks like I need a haircut. So I just asked it, give me a haircut. Slight haircut, nice fade, same length hair on top. There you go. Like, that's totally amazing. I've tried this with Nano Banana before, and it wouldn't give me good haircuts like I liked. Like, sometimes it would give me too extreme of a fade, or I'd like end up with, I don't know, some kind of weird comb over on top. This is really good. One thing I will say about using this model is that just like other models, the more specific you are about what you want, the better results you will get out. So here, for example, I asked for a world-class Swiss design poster announcing ChatGPT Images 2.0. It should say one shot any image. And it gave me a pretty awesome poster. But it has all sorts of description here, which would be great for a poster, but is a little bit too cluttered for a thumbnail. So that's not something I would want to have there. But I just gave a very simple follow-up prompt. It's kind of messy. Can you get rid of all the text except one shot any image and ChatGPT Images 2.0? And it almost did that reliably. However, if you look closely, there are some differences. So over here, there's this like little black thing that is on the screen over here, like going through the circle. And then over here, it's gone. So it made some changes besides just keeping these two pieces of text. I could have been more specific, saying keep the entire rest of the image exactly the same, but I'm not disappointed with the choices it made. Now, one thing I wanted was to try to get it to inset this thumbnail into an actual thumbnail that I wanted to use. So here's like a thumbnail I wanted to copy from another AI YouTuber. And I tried to ask it, hey, I love it. Can you make another one which is kind of like the thumbnail I attached? And so that is probably problematic, saying kind of like, but it should have as the inset image, the image you just made. So my problem here is that I'm being very unspecific. And so I'm not giving enough context to it. And so what it came up with was this instead. Obviously, not going to put that up on YouTube. So I tried again. And this time I was a lot more specific, specifying the particular images, what each of them are, and how they should be composed. And now it came up with all of this. So the thing that it got wrong is that I actually just wanted the thumbnail and not like a sort of fake YouTube video itself. So I can follow up with that and say, can you give me just the thumbnail so that I can use it on YouTube? And let's see if it understands that and is able to create the image. Now, just like pretty much every other image model, it's not going to let you do certain kinds of things. So I tried taking this social media post showing some event called Dirty Dancing in Concert and asked it to make an image for an event called Shooting Paintballs at Pigeons in Chicago, Illinois. So that violates their content policy. Initially, it said shooting paintballs at strangers. So I'm going to try shooting paintballs at trees and see if that's okay. If we shoot paintballs at inanimate objects, are we all good? All right, so this one finished. Okay, so that's not bad. And now let me just ask it, give this guy a haircut. Same length on top, shorter, cleaner slides. Otherwise, keep image exactly the same. And let's see if it does it. I did also try to one-shot a YouTube thumbnail like this, just asking for it to add with a video title, ChatGPT Images 2.0 is insane, which truly is true. And it gave me this kind of thumbnail. So one thing I will say is that there either still needs to be some intelligence from your part when you're thinking about using this for social media content creation or for assets on your website of like what constitutes a good asset in this context. Because this is kind of a style of thumbnail that I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of these. So I asked it to put my face in, and then it came up with this. So there is still definitely creative thought, but the degree to which it got me inside this picture looks good. Like, it's not a terrible thumbnail, but this one, like, I can use that. I got a haircut, a little bit too much chest hair there. Maybe it's going to gross some of you out, but hopefully not enough that you're not going to stick through this video. And finally, over here, we finally got shooting paintballs at trees. So this is an acceptable event for the Chicago insider. Tired of being told to touch grass? How about shooting paint at trees instead? So strangers are not okay, pigeons are not okay, but trees are okay. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this kind of fun tutorial, but I think there's going to be a lot of possibilities, especially when you think about chaining this tool by API. What kinds of web apps can you make? What sorts of things can you start integrating into your web apps? There's a lot of possibilities here. If you guys want to join a big community of people trying to get to the cutting edge of AI and agentic coding, you can come here to the AI MBA. We've got over 1,700 people. We're like regularly talking about what kinds of things we're working on, struggling with, and I give my feedback and, have conversations here with people. So if you have any questions on AI and agentic coding, just come in here, ask a question, and I'll be sure to answer. And if you want personalized guidance from me on how to make money, grow your business with AI, then come in here to the AI MBA Pro. We've got a nice group of people. We have weekly calls where we meet in order to solve whatever your bottlenecks are, whether technical, conceptual, or just a matter of motivation, because I keep up with what you're working on each week, and I'm going to help you make progress on exactly that. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys. Peace.